Hey guys, this is Keegan for Fishing Creek Outdoors. Today I'm gonna be doing like a review or like a versus type thing where I'm comparing two jigs, so it's more like a compare video. But anyway, I'm gonna be comparing the Dirty Jigs Skirted football jig. These are both 3/4 ounce black and blue, so they're exact same weight and exact same color, and I'm gonna be comparing them. And then the Strike King football jig. So, to first start off with the Dirty Jigs. Now, if you look at the two, I like a lot of blue. And you can see that that jig has a lot more blue than the Strike King. Okay. It also has some different shades of blues. You can see there's almost like a bluegill pattern blue right there. Just the stripes in it. You have some pure blues in there, like right there. And then there are these really dark blues in there. The camera's not picking them up, but they're in there. And then you can see all those sapphire blues as well. And then you have your black. And if you look, see all the sparkles they have? That's nice. You always want jigs with sparkles. Okay. Gonna compare the skirt on the Strike King. So come over here and look at the Strike King. It doesn't have as much blue, but it makes up, see all the blue there? It's mainly right there on the bottom. Now there's a lot of blue in the black, on the black skirt. It has a lot more sparkles, and I really like that. Or the flakes, or whatever you call them. Flakes, yeah. And then you see that blue, it's right there on the back. Now there's some that rides up into this area, right here, but I love the fact that it overrides the sparkle. So if you're fishing a place where you want a little more black than blue, or you want a little more blue than black, but that definitely dominates at the sparkles. I like that jig. Now I'm gonna compare the weed guards. So I'll first start with the Dirty Jigs. The Dirty Jigs, if you look at them, has a much longer weed guard, and they both about stick up at the same angle. The Strike King's a little bit lower, and that's a little bit higher. Now, you're not usually using football jigs and grass and stuff, so it's not a big worry, but if you are, and like maybe bring them over rocks that have some weeds in it and stuff that are just growing up, you want something that's going to completely protect. Now, it makes up for it in softness, how soft the weed guard is, but how long it is, it sometimes it'll take away bites. And also, I wish that they brought the angle down a little bit more. On some of the other Dirty Jigs ones, the skirt is it's brought up. It's brought down to an angle that touches this part right here, touches the tip. I like it, but if they would just bring it down a little more. Now this is the only jig that Dirty Jig makes that has this big hook on it. Okay, that doesn't have the little finesse hooks that anything else has, that all the other football jigs has. That's a big hook, so my options are kind of limited. But you come over here to the Strike King. It doesn't have a finesse wire hook. It doesn't have a light wire hook, but it's right in the middle between big and, a finesse. But there's the hook difference, if you can see. I'm going to get this out of the way. This one comes up farther this way, and it's a little bit wider gap. But anyway, I do have to say that the Strike King has a stickier hook, though. They're both about the same, but if I drag my finger across it, my finger catches on this one, on the Strike King. So this one has a stickier hook, but this one has a stouter hooks. Now to go over the head. This head design has a much bigger eye, okay? A much bigger eye, and the eye is, you lay it down at that angle. Okay? You come over to the Strike King. This jig has a smaller eye, and it's more back farther than this jig. Now, I like the Strike King jig because the head, it's more focused on the weight. It's just more well-rounded. And the Strike King, the Dirty Jigs has a more pointed tip, and I don't really like that when you're feeling through rocks. They're both great jigs. I like the Strike King smaller eye because the fish can't see it. So, and then it also comes through cover better because you don't have that big eye sticking up and stuff. So overall, I think these two jigs are tied. One, because that's just Dirty Jigs, so they're just an amazing jig company, and you'll find something that is just better when you're fishing it. And the Strike King, they're both tied, I think. They're both excellent football jigs. When it comes to jigs, I only use War Eagle. I only use the War Eagle's finesse jigs, and then I only use Strike King and Dirty Jigs. That's just what I use. So, overall, they both get 5 stars. I love both of these jigs. They're both amazing, and they're both 5-star. They're both tied. I love them both. So there's no real competition here. Thank you for watching. This was Keegan for Fishing Creek Outdoors.